Serena, what are you doing?
Hi, Grandma. I'm just playing with my Easter bunny.
Don't you have homework to do?
I'm on spring break, thanks to Easter Bunny and Easter.
Do you know Easter originally is not about the Easter bunny or Easter egg?
Really? What's it about, Grandma? Tell me. I love your stories.
Well, this time it's not a fairy tale. It's a true story. It's all started about 2,000 years ago. There's a guy named Jesus. He was a good and loving person, a great teacher. He helps a lot of people. He casts out the demons and he heals the sick. And he has supernatural power. But this Jesus also has many enemies because he offended many religious leaders at that time. So they tried to kill him.
Really? What happened then? Did they catch Jesus, Grandma?
One night after dinner, Jesus was praying in the Garden of Gethsemane. One of his students betrayed him, and Jesus was arrested by his enemy.
Very painful for Jesus to be betrayed by his own student. After Jesus was arrested, what happened to him?
Well, the religious leader hated him, so they did not give him a fair trial. They tried to kill him.
Did they kill Jesus?
No, because the country was under the ruling of Romans, so they could not execute the people themselves. So they gave Jesus to the Roman governor named Pilate and forced him to kill Jesus.
Was Jesus killed?
Yeah, Jesus was flogged, beat, tortured, and mocked, and sentenced to be crucified.
Crucified? What does that mean?
Crucified. It was a very cruel death penalty by Romans to nail a person on the wooden cross and let the person painfully, slowly, to bleed and starve to death.
That's terrible. What happened on that day?
Oh, my great grandmother was there at that day to witness it. She was a little girl at that time with her dad. She saw Jesus carry his cross on the street of the Jerusalem to the hill of Calvary. I still remember she told me this.
On the other day, just me and my daddy. He said I finally reached that age, and I could ride next to him on a horse, but the horse was not quite as wild. We heard a crowd of people shouting, and so we stopped to find out why. There was that man that my dad said he loved, but today there was fear in his eyes. So I said, Daddy, why are they scheming? Why are the faces of some of them beaming? Why is he dressed in that bright purple robe? I'll bet that crown hurts him more than it shows. Daddy, please, can't you do something? He looks as though he's gonna cry. You said he was stronger than all of those guys. Daddy, please tell me why. Why does everyone want him to die? Later that day, the sky grew cloudy, and Daddy said I should go inside. Somehow he knew things would get stormy. Boy, was he right. But I could not keep from wondering if there was something he had to hide. So after he left, I had to find out. I was not afraid of getting lost. So I followed the crowd to a hill where I knew men had been killed. And I heard a voice come from the cross. And it said, Father, why are they screaming? Why are the faces of some of them beaming? Why are they casting their lots for my clothes? The crown of thorns hurts me more than it shows. Father, please, can't you do something? I know that you must hear my cries. I thought I could handle a cross of this size. Father, please remind me why. Why does everyone want me to die? Oh, when will I understand why? My precious son, I hear them screaming. I'm watching the face of the enemy beaming, but soon I will clothe you in robes of my own. Jesus, this hurts me much more than you know, but this dark hour I must do nothing. Though I've heard your unbearable cries. The power in your blood destroys all the lies. Soon you'll see past on their unmerciful eyes. See that child trembling by her father's side. Now I can tell you why. She is why you must die.
Grandma, I remember you told me before. Jesus is God.
Yes, yes. Jesus is God.
I don't understand. If this Jesus is powerful, has supernatural powers, and he's God, how then can he be killed?
Because Jesus himself was willing to be crucified.
What? How can this be? I'm more confused now. Why would anyone want to be killed?
Oh, my dear Serena, Jesus did not die because of the religious leader or the Roman killed him. Jesus died on the cross because he was willing to sacrifice himself for the wrongdoing, the sins of you and me and of everyone. I guess I have to tell you the story from the very, very beginning. This is why.
走过伤心，走过泪水，让每一颗心再次飞起来，用你的心伸出你手，让每个灵魂再次活过来。让爱走动，让你的爱化成希望的种子，随风扬起，编织美丽的梦。让爱走动，让你的爱化成温暖的拥抱，绽放阳光，编织神所造的梦。
的道路，我要跟随到底。险峻的森林也无所谓，天涯海角我也愿跟随。为了拯救世上的灵魂，我愿舍弃宝贵生命。父啊，求你再牵我，我要奔走十字路，不惜牺牲我宝贵生命，求你再牵我，主耶稣走过的十架路，我也愿跟随，流出宝血牺牲的道路，我要跟随到底。险峻的森林也无所谓，天涯海角我也愿跟随。为了拯救世上的灵魂，我愿舍弃宝贵的。
Tonight, I want to talk about remember what Jesus has done for you.
今天晚上我要讲是耶稣对我们做了什么。
Last year, I went to Israel.
去年我去到以色列的地方，
There are two moments that touched me the most.
那里有两件事情真的感动到我的心。
The first moment happened when we visited the Garden of Gethsemane,
第一件事情就是我们到客西马尼园的时候，
where Jesus was arrested.
在那里耶稣被抓。
The Bible has recorded this in a gospel written by Luke.
就在路加福音那边有讲到，
Luke chapter 22, verse 39.
在路加福音第22章，
I'm going to start reading from verse 40. When Jesus arrived at the place, which is Garden of Gethsemane, he said to them, "Pray that you may not enter into temptation."
到了那地方，耶稣就对他们说：“你们要祷告，免得入了迷惑。”
And he withdrew from them about a stone's throw, and he knelt down and began to pray.
于是离开他们约有一块石头那么远，就跪下祷告。
Verse 42, saying, "Father, if you're willing, remove this cup from me, yet not my will, but yours be done."
说：“父啊，你若愿意，就把这杯撤去；然而不是成就我的意思，只是成就你的意思。”
Verse 43, now an angel from heaven appeared to him, strengthening him, and being in agony, he was praying very fervently. His sweat became like drops of blood falling down upon the ground.
有一位天使从天上显现，加添他的力量。耶稣极其伤痛，祷告更加恳切，泪珠如同大雪滴在地上。
And I was at the Garden of Gethsemane.
我就在那个客西马尼园那边。
The Garden of Gethsemane, there's actually a building.
在客西马尼园那边有一个建筑。
This building inside, there's a ground the very ground that Jesus kneel and pray on.
在那里有一块地，就是耶稣跪在那边祷告的地方。
So this is the ground that Jesus kneel and pray on.
这就是耶稣跪在那边祷告的地方。
And when I kneel and touch it,
当我跪下来摸的这个地，
the moment I touch it,
在这个时刻，
I started to cry and I couldn't stop.
我就开始了哭，而且我没有办法停住。
There's a super strong sense of grief that just entered from the rock to me.
在那里有一个很悲伤的这个感情能够进入到我的心里面，
and still remembers like an electric shock.
就好像被电到一样，
And I was just overwhelmed completely by this sense of grief.
我就被这整个伤痛能够整个压到我的身体里
And I
面。
could still remember vividly till today
我到现在还一直很记得，
because there's an image appear in my head.
在那时候有一个意象跑到我的头里面，
And it's the image of Jesus.
这就是耶稣基督。
That Jesus was saying, Father, if you're willing, remove this cup from me, yet but not my will, but yours.
这就是耶稣在那边祷告的说：“主啊，如果你愿意把这撤去，但是不要成就我的意思，是成就你的意思。”
You know, when any one of us are dying,
当任何一个我们人要死掉的时候，
we don't have a choice.
我们其实没有选择。
It doesn't matter how old or how young you are. When you're dying, you don't have a choice.
不管你是多年轻或是多老，当你要死的时候，你是没有选择。
It's not like you can just say, okay, I decided that I'm just not going to die here.
你不能说：“哦 ，OK， 我现在决定，我今天要在这边死掉。”
You can't say, I don't think I want to die today.
你不能说我想我今天不想死掉。
You know, however, Jesus was probably the only person in the history of mankind
也许耶稣在这世界上唯一的一个人，
that he had a choice.
其实他是有选择。
If he doesn't want to die, he won't die.
其实他如果不想死，他可以不死。
So you see the pain and agony Jesus was going through
所以你可以看到那时候耶稣所受到的感伤和伤痛，
because he had a choice.
因为他其实有选择。
When he was praying, he had a choice.
当他祷告的时候，他有选择。
Yet because all men had sinned,
但是当每一个人都犯了罪，
and in a courtroom, in God's courtroom,
在一个神的这个法庭里面，
that sin will have a consequence.
那罪其实是有代价的，
That consequence is a punishment.
这代价是有刑罚的，
That punishment is death.
那个刑罚就是死。
So Jesus took the punishment for us.
所以耶稣就代替我们做了这个刑罚，
So our sin is cleansed.
所以我们的罪被洗净，
So our relationship with God can be restored.
所以我们跟神的关系可以恢复。
And at that moment,
在那个时候，
I feel so touched
我感觉到很深的感动，
by Jesus' love for me.
因为耶稣的爱就这样感动着我。
Because I really, really, really felt that he had a choice.
因为我真的觉得耶稣其实他是有个选择，
Yet he chose to die for me.
但是他选择为我而死。
I was never more thankful for what he has done for me.
我从来就没有那么深的感受到，也感谢耶稣为我而死。
Because I could literally feel the grief.
我真的感受到这样子伤痛。
And I know the grief God allowed me to feel
我知道耶稣让我感受到这个伤痛，
was probably not even 1/1,000,000 of what Jesus felt.
其实跟耶稣的比起来，是千万分之一的这样子的感受。
Because Jesus was about to carry the weight of everyone's sin.
但是当耶稣他要把全世界的重罪放在他的身上，
I was reminded to be thankful
我再次感受到我必须要感谢，
because he had a choice.
因为他有选择，
And he died for you and me.
因为他为你和我而死。
The second place was at Golgotha, or the hill of Calvary,
第二个地方就是在哥哥他的山上，
where Jesus was crucified.
在那里耶稣被钉十字架。
And now there's a church built there.
在现在那边有一个教会，
And inside the church, you can walk up the stairs.
在那里你可以走上一个街道，
And this is traditionally believed to be the exact place where Jesus was crucified.
这就是他们所相信，这是以赛克耶稣被钉十字架的地方。
So if you walk up the stairs, it goes up to the hill of Calvary.
所以当你走上这个阶梯，你就走到哥哥他那边。
And there's kind of a sanctuary built at the place where Jesus was crucified.
所以在那里有一个教堂，就是盖在这个耶稣他被钉十字架的地
And
方。
I know this church may look differently than the church that you have been to.
我想，也许这个教会对你们来讲，看起来跟你们去过教会长得不一样。
Because this is the Eastern Orthodox Church.
这是一个
东正教。
东正教的教会。
So it's normal that it looks like golden.
所以其实对他们来讲，看起来金色是很正常。
There's a table or altar there.
在那里有一个祭坛。
And you can wait in line and go underneath that table.
你可以在那边排队，然后等待要走进就是到这个祭坛的下面去。
And you probably can see. Can we turn off the lights?
你们可能看不到。
Can we turn off at least the stage light?
灯关掉，也许看得到。
So if you can't see, this is Nathan going under the table.
这是 Nathan， 他跑到这个桌子以下。
And you probably can't see very well, but there is a hole underneath. There is a hole here.
在那边有一个洞。
And this hole is the exact hole that the cross of Jesus was placed into.
这个洞就是耶稣基督的十字架被钉在的那一个洞。
So the cross was believed to be inserted and erected in this hole here.
所以相信的是这个洞就是耶稣他十字架那个木头插进去的地方。
And you can put your hand in the hole.
而且你可以用你的手去伸进去这里面。
So this was me.
这是我。
And I still remember again vividly. This is the second moment.
而且我这时候很深的感动，这是第二次很深的感动。
Because the moment that I put my hand into this hole,
在这个时候，当我的手伸进去这个洞的时候
and I start to have tears in my eyes,
我开始的哭。
I just couldn't stop crying.
我实在是没有办法停止的哭。
Because with the moment I put my hand in there,
因为当我的手伸进去的时候
my sin started to flash before me.
我所有的罪在我眼前开始一样一样的出现。
It was probably just 5 seconds,
也许只有大概5秒钟，
but it felt like several minutes.
但是感觉上好多好久好多的时候。
And there's almost an audible voice.
而且我甚至可以听到一个声音。
The voice was in Chinese, so I'm just going to say in Chinese. I'm sure you can translate it to English.
OK， 这个声音是说
The voice said, 我是为你死在这里的。
I die for you here.
所以以后你犯罪的时候，
So next time when you sin,
记得这个洞。
you remember this hole.
I'm going to say that again.
再讲一次。
我是为你死在这里的。
I die for you here.
所以以后你犯罪的时候，
So the next time that when you sin,
记得这个洞。
you remember this hole.
And this is something I want to share with you.
这就是我要跟你们大家分享的。
Remember what Jesus has done for you.
要记得耶稣基督为你们每一个人所做的。
He died there for your sin, for my sin.
他在那边为了你的罪，为了我的罪，死在十字架上。
So we're going to remember this hole.
我们要记得这个洞。
Now we're going to have communion together
现在我们要来守圣餐，
to remember what Jesus did for you and me.
我们要来记得耶稣基督为我们所做的一切。
Brothers and sisters, about 2,000 years ago,
耶稣他知道他要走上十字架的道路，
when Jesus is about to walk to the path of the cross,
他就把他所爱的门徒聚集在一起。
so he gathered his beloved disciples.
这些门徒已经跟他在一起3年多了。
The disciples have been with Jesus for 3 years.
耶稣第一个动作是跪下来为他们一个一个洗脚。
The first thing that Jesus did was actually kneel down and wash their feet.
你一生当中我的教导你都忘了没关系，记得我为你们洗脚。
Jesus said, if you're not going to remember anything I have taught you, that's okay, but remember that I wash your feet.
我怎么爱你们，你们就怎么样彼此相爱。
That how I love you, how I treated you, this is what I want you to love each other.
我怎么服侍你，你们就怎么样彼此服侍。
How I serve you, I expect you to serve each other.
不只是彼此服侍，还要服侍这个世界上的人，
And not just serve each other, but serve people in the world,
包括那些罪人，
including the sinners,
那些不配得到恩典的人。
including those who are not deserving of this grace.
耶稣讲完以后，还对着门徒说：“今天你们当中有人要卖我。”
And after Jesus washed their feet, he even said, today one of you will betray me.
大家听了都愣住了。
And everyone was shocked.
后来我们知道犹大就出去了。
And we know Judas left.
接着主耶稣就举行圣餐。
Then Jesus officiated a communion.
主耶稣他第一次的圣餐就是在 Good Friday， 就是逾越节的晚餐。
The first communion was set on the dinner of Passover,
就是这个时候，
and it's right now.
主耶稣被卖的那一夜，
On the night Jesus was betrayed,
他拿起饼来祝谢，
he took up the bread and said,
这是我的身体，为你们舍的，
"This is my body, which is broken for you.
你们应当如此行，为的是纪念我。
Do this in remembrance of me."
饭后，他又拿起杯来，
After dinner, likewise, he
我们
took
知道
the
那是
cup,
红色的葡萄酒，
and we know the cup is filled with red wine.
那是一个红色代表鲜血的酒，
The red symbolizes the blood.
因为耶稣知道他等一下要流很多的血，这代表我的血洗净你们一切的污秽。
And Jesus knows that in a moment he's going to shed his blood, and his blood is going to cleanse our sin.
耶稣说，这个杯代表我再一次跟你们立约，
Jesus said, "This cup is the new covenant that I make with you.
以后你们每次喝的时候，要纪念我跟你们立的约。
Whenever you drink it, do this in remembrance of me.
你们每次吃这个饼、喝这个杯，要纪念我，
Whenever you take the bread and drink the cup, remember me,
一直到我再来。
until the day I come again."
我们知道，从那个时刻开始，2000多年来，所有的门徒、所有的基督徒都在守圣餐。
And we know that from that day on, for more than 2,000 years, all the Christians in the world observe this communion.
2000多年以后的今天晚上，
And after 2,000 years later, tonight,
我们再一次要来守这个圣餐。
we're going to observe the Holy Communion again.
这是主耶稣跟我们每一个人立的约，
Because this is a covenant that Jesus Christ has made
代表
with
主
all
耶
of
稣
you.
他的血洗净我们一切的污秽，
It symbolizes that the blood of Jesus has cleansed our sin.
也代表他爱我们爱到死为止，
And also represents that Jesus has loved you and loved you till death.
用他的命来换我们的命。
And he used his life to sacrifice for us so that we can regain our life.
今天是逾越节的晚餐，也是 Good Friday。
Today is the dinner of Passover, and it's also Good Friday.
也是我们再次省察我们罪恶的时候。
And this is also a time that we self-examine that what we have done wrong.
也是纪念主耶稣再一次来到我们当中的时候，
And also this is to remember that Jesus has come among us.
好不好？有一段时间，我们好像就在主耶稣的面前，
Let's spend some time just like we are before Jesus,
就在与我们同桌。
that we're sitting at the same table with Jesus.
我们有一段时间安静祷告，这时候请服侍的同工到台前来。
Let us have a quiet time to pray.